I'm Saturday hauling for you guys today, and I got a couple travel items that I'm going to start off with, which are kind of repurchase or items that I use every day because I'm going to Vegas next week. So I got a Glow Tonic to go little set. I know that they make like the smaller ones, but I think you have to get them on the Pixie website, and I needed them faster than that. So I got this guy right here. This is the toner that I use almost every single morning and night. Sometimes I'll switch it out with a little bit more gentle one depending on how my skin is, but primarily I use this morning and night, and it's just so much more convenient to use it when they're on pre-soaked pads when you're like on the move, you know? So I got these guys right here, and then I also thought I would get the Redken Blondage conditioner and shampoo, which is one of my favorite conditioner and shampoos with the purple, like strong purple tones to it to really get the yellow or brassiness out of my hair. I got the 10.1 fluid ounce bottles because I thought that this might suffice for traveling with. And since I got quite a bit of hair, I do use quite a bit of product. So even though these are a 10.1 fluid ounce bottle, I bet I'll probably be almost out of both of them by the time I get back, or at least over half. And I thought about like refilling the travel bottles that I usually do, but I always feel like I don't have enough product with me. So I'm going to take these guys with me as well. And then I was running low of the Pravana, the Perfect Blonde Purple Toning Mask. It's this one right here. I like to put this on dry hair before I'm about to shampoo and wash it, and I really like to focus it kind of, it's almost like right here, probably because that's where the bleach meets like the darker hair or whatever. It wants to turn a little bit golder quicker, so I'll put the purple mask on those more golden spots on dry hair to really get it toned strong, and I really like to use it like that. And so I was almost out of this guy right here, so I got that. And then I also really do like the Pravana, the Perfect Blonde Purple Toning shampoo and conditioner. I think that the conditioner just, it will, if you leave it on too long, it will tone your hair purple. I don't mind that. I know not everybody's like that though. They're like not about the purple. I like it. Sometimes I just think about dyeing my hair purple, so I definitely don't mind that it does that. But again, I really like that purpley, real super ashy blonde. I don't like gold and yellow. I feel like it clashes with my like more red undertone. Both the conditioner and the shampoo have really strong purple undertones to them, and I know a lot of like purple shampoos can dry out your hair, and I have tried some that felt like that. This one is one of the better ones that I've used. And I do like to alternate the Pravana with the Redken Blondage, or even something more hydrating with no purple tone, because consistent use will just kind of almost make my hair too dark. So I do like to kind of switch it up and stuff like that. So I don't use it consecutively like every shampoo and condition. So those 2 liters should last me quite a while. And then I also got 2 more of each pair of the Lily Lashes Cat Eye Flare lashes. I had hauled 1 pair of each a couple weeks ago, and I had that 20% off coupon at Ulta, and I had a bunch of points too, so I got a lot of this stuff that way through Ulta. But I really like these lashes for like everyday wears. They're super like easy to put on, but they also have a nice like drama to them. So I'll show you them how I kind of cut them. I cut just a tick off, even though they're like 2/3 lashes, just a tiny bit, so they're easier to go on and not kind of in my way with my hooded eye and blinking and stuff like that. So we've got the Frisky Lash. Here, I'll put this down. This one is the Frisky Lash, and then here is the Fierce Lash. So Fierce is a little bit more dramatic than the Frisky, and then I'll show it next to the ones that I slightly trimmed and have worn. I've worn both of these, I think, 3 times a piece so far. There they are right there. So you can see I didn't take a lot off of those, but just a little tiny bit, just so that they're even more comfortable on the eyes. So I really like those. So I got 2 more pairs of each of those. And then Guerlain launched their holiday collection, and they came out with a limited edition meteorites, which they have not done, which I feel like over a year or maybe even 2 years since they came out with a limited edition meteorites. And I actually got nervous that they were discontinuing the meteorites because I couldn't find them on almost all retailers. So what I discovered now that these are out, that they had changed the formula, so they're talc free. There's no longer talc in the product. So I've been using these. I do have them as a finishing powder on my face today, and these are the Meteorites in Fierce Glow Light Revealing Pearls of Powder. There's 22 grams or 0.7 ounces of product in here, and I believe that this limited edition tin only comes in the number 2 Fair Light. I don't think that this product has a super ton of pigmentation to it, so I think if you're like medium, you could probably use them just fine. But this is what the limited edition tin looks like. It's got like the green, it almost looks like a green tortoise shell print in there. And then this is the box. Meteorites are made in France, if I am not mistaken here. Let's look on the bottom of the box here. Yeah, they are made in France. And so it's a different formula. I could definitely tell when I opened them up just by looking at the little pearls. They look just a little bit, I don't know, I want to say dull, but they're not super dull. I feel like there's just a little less of a sparkle impact in them. Not that the original meteorites were super sparkly, but they did have, I feel, a bit more pearl in them. But other than that, they still have that beautiful violet scent, which I really, really like. And I feel like they perform very similar to the originals on the skin, and they have that talc-free formula. I will say that these newer ones, I'm not sure about the permanent range, if they're going to be the same amount, but I'm guessing that they are. This is 0.7 ounces of product that's in here, and the original meteorites, like 10 plus years ago, they had 1.05 ounces of product, I'm pretty sure. And then when they reformulated them again, kind of in the interim between these ones and the originals, they went to 0.88 ounces in a tin, so less product there. And these are even less product. And I do go through these because this is a product that I use every single day to finish my face. So I do go through them. I would say, I mean, a whole tin every single day probably lasts me a year or something like that. I have a whole drawer of my limited edition ones that I'll go and use a whole bunch of, and then when I'm about halfway through, then I stop using them. But primarily I do that with the ones that have an original limited edition like shade. So these ones aren't, they're the Claire shade. So if I wanted to, I can use these up and I can just go ahead and refill this tin, because again, the shade is part of the permanent range. So I don't know what good it's gonna do. I'm trying to show you guys here. They just look, again, like there's just a little less of a shimmer factor or something in there compared to the originals. And these ones got a bit of a little yellow undertone to them. Oftentimes, because I don't want to really beat my brush up picking up the product, I will shake up the tin to help break apart the pearls and get more powder surrounded in there, so it's easier to get the product on my brush and I'm not like beating up my brush, you know, like I usually use a natural bristle fluffy brush like this. This one in particular I think is a Suku brush that I got some years ago, but just something really light and soft and airy will do the trick. And yeah, you can kind of see the yellow undertone there. I think that they're mixed pretty evenly, especially when you shake up the tin there. Again, oh, I guess you can kind of see it, right? So I was kind of worried that they were going to be much more lackluster, but they're still really nice. I still really like their product. So they did have a formula change. They are giving you less product. Price tag not any cheaper. But I do really like the limited edition tin, even though the pattern is kind of consistent with their permanent range. So those are the Guerlain meteorites in Fierce Glow right there from the holiday collection. The meteorites do come with like this squishy puff on top, and I don't know what I did with mine because I don't keep it in there. I feel like it almost absorbs a little bit of product and it's just always in my way. So I just wanted to mention that does come in there. I also got the new KVD Surreal Bloom Metallic Vegan Eyeshadow Palette. This just looks super cute and also really, really pretty. So this is the box packaging. I really like the artwork that's on here. So this has got 6 shades that are 0.03 ounces or 0.9 grams per shade, and it is made in Canada. So it comes in a tin style packaging, and this is raised. So it's got like that impression. I'll show you kind of, oh, you can kind of can't see from the back side. Well, you can a little bit, but the image is also on the inside of the tin, which I like. And it's a recyclable type of packaging, so you can like break the glue and pull this out and do the recycling thing. But these shadows are super pretty. They're very metallic, really buttery smooth. I found them pretty easy to use as well. And this is a pairing palette for me. Everything is mid-tone or lighter. And so I've been using it with other shadows to kind of get the matte depth in the crease and that kind of thing. But again, very smooth, really pretty metallic shades. And then these two. Super pretty though, right? And I really like this little tin. And this is the Surreal Bloom Metallic Vegan Eyeshadow Palette. And it is a nice little 6-pan right there. I also picked up 2 items from the Nars holiday collection. I got the All That Glitters Light Reflecting Cheek Palette, which is a 6-pan baked jelly palette. I feel like Nars kind of does something like this every holiday collection. So there are 6 shades that are 3 grams or 0.1 ounces per shade. And this palette is made in Italy. These are a baked jelly formula as well, which is something that I really like. And the packaging on this is quite pretty. It's got a white with like these gold, like sparkly glitters on the bottom. It looks very festive. And then here are your 6 shades. I'm able to kind of wear all of these shades. I can use this shade down here as a bronzer, and I can use all the rest of them for blushes. This is definitely too dark for me for a highlighter, so when I incorporate this one, I mix it in with one of these kind of deeper shades if I want a little bit more like golden shimmer in it. And I've got a mixture, primarily this pink shade with a dash of this red as a blush on my cheeks today. And it is a pretty palette. I will say that this kind of really metallic red shade, it has a tendency, probably because I have a drier skin type, it has a tendency to want to kind of look a little bit patchy on the cheeks. So when I use that, I find it more helpful to kind of mix it in with more of the satin kind of shades when I use it. But I do like the red kind of blush for that sun-kissed burnt look. But I really do want to blame my drier skin type with that baked jelly formula in particular to that kind of little bit of grabbing patchiness that I can get from that kind of a product. And again, I mostly experienced it with that one probably because it's one of the most pigmented shades and it's got that high metallic in it. And then these 2 shades. What I mostly like to do with palettes with those kind of colors like so close together, I really love to mix and match and kind of do a custom shade. But those are the 6 shades right there. And again, I've got mostly this pink with just a smidge of that red one as a blush on my cheeks today. And this is the Nars All That Glitters Light Reflecting Cheek Palette right there. I also picked up their Endless Nights eyeshadow palette, also from the holiday collection from Nars. So this guy's got 9 eyeshadows that are 0.06 ounces or 1.7 grams per shade. It's got the same packaging as the cheek palette. It is one of the smaller 9-pans, same size as their previous kind of launches in this format. And these are typical Nars shades and also kind of the typical Nars formula. Gosh, I was having a hard time getting that open there. It is a standalone for me. I can use this shade right here underneath the brow bone to kind of get that highlighty effect and on the inner corner. But very, very typical Nars. The mattes are really pigmented and they blend really well and stuff like that too, but we have definitely seen this color combination from Nars time and time again. And I really wish that they would switch it up in terms of finishes and formulas and colors, because we could all use to see something a little bit different from Nars. Correct me if I'm wrong. That being said though, it is a pretty palette. The shimmer shades are a bit tame on the lid, especially compared to some of the, you know, indie brand shimmer sparkles that are out there, but it still yields a really pretty look. So you've got these 3 really sparkly shades right here, and then these 2 are shimmers, and then you've got these 3 on the bottom are mattes, and I'd call that one right there in the corner a satin finish. So let's give you guys some swatches here. And then these next ones. And then this last shade. Those mattes, for having kind of that burgundy in there too, they're really, really creamy. So that one right there is the new Nars Endless Nights palette right there from their holiday collection. And that's everything that I got in that I purchased. I did get in some lovely PR packages. This first one is from Florasis, which is one of my favorite Chinese indie brands. They have some of the most intricate, beautifully embossed packaged products out there. Some of their eyeshadow palettes, including the one I'm going to show you, it's very hard for me to ruin the design because they're embossed so nice. But anyway, this is like a set that they have on their website available for purchase, and it came in this really beautiful, like, heavy duty box. It's something that's definitely reusable. Inside the set, there's a moisturizing ginseng lip mask, and I have gotten a couple of these from Florasis, and this is a really, really nice lip mask, and the packaging is super, super cute. It does come with a spatula inside of the box as well, so you don't have to like stick your finger in there if you don't want to. I believe I've gone through, or I'm about to use up an entire one of these little guys right here, but it's a really lovely product, and that is the moisturizing ginseng lip mask. Why do I have a hard time saying ginseng? It's like I'm trying to emphasize the N or something. The set also has this mirror in there, which I don't know what my deal is, but I'm kind of into collecting these little hand mirrors. This one is so nice. Like, you've got the peacock on the outside. This is a very weighted mirror. It is also hinged right here, so it is easy if you like to travel with a hand mirror like that or something in your purse. But I will say it's quite weighted, so you will be carrying around a bit of heft. But because of that weight, it feels, you know, it feels so nice, like, in the hand. It's not like a chintzy product at all. And then you can see the design is 3D on the back. It is super, super pretty. You've got the little detail there. That's one thing that Florasis does so well, is the attention to detail with their products. So the mirror was in there, and then you've also got one of the Florasis Blooming Rouge Ultra Smooth Satin Liquid Lipsticks, and this shade is S401. And this is one of those silicone-based matte formulas where you put it on and then blend it in with your finger. It blurs and like really blurs. You'll be able to visibly see when I do it on my hand the kind of effect that it gives. And they wear really nice when you blur with your finger, but they're not like a liquid lipstick that feels drying or anything like that. Because of that silicone formula, they're very, very comfortable to wear on the lips. So I'll kind of show you guys here. This color is really pretty too. And how cute is the packaging? So if you take your finger and then just kind of blur it like that, you can literally see it blurring right there. So that is the shade S401 right there. There's also the Ludai Floral Eyebrow Pencil, and this is an MF05. These are some of the prettiest weighted, like, luxe feeling eyebrow pencils that I've ever tried. I mostly use brow soap nowadays, but I do every once in a while grab a pencil if I want a little more depth in my brow, because the NYX brow pen along with the brow soap sometimes can have a little bit lighter, less definitive effect. So I'll go in every now and again if I want more with a pencil. But this is like a weighted, super nice eyebrow pencil. And this one in particular has got the diamond end shape to it. See what kind of color this is. These are a harder kind of a pencil, which I also prefer in a brow pencil so that you don't like get out of hand. And that does look like it's going to be a super good ashy brown shade for me. And then what is also super nice about when you buy the brow pencil, because of how nice this packaging is, there's a spoolie on here as well. It also comes with a refill inside. So you can just pop that out when you use it up and put the refill in, which is really, really nice, especially when the packaging is that nice. So that is the eyebrow pencil right there in MF05. There's also this really cute, like, kind of keychain bag charm that was in there. Originally I was like, is it powder puff? But it's really, really soft, and I bet I could use it as a powder puff, but it's actually a bag charm. So that was in the box as well. And then last is the Beijing Opera Makeup Palette. This is in 02 Charming Aria. There are two that came out. The other one has got a red packaging with some really, really pretty vibrant shades, and I did purchase that. It's just not here yet. Again, with this packaging, this is their fan style packaging. There's 0.64 ounces or 18.2 grams of product in here. And again, Florasis products are made in China. They're like a Chinese indie brand. It says on the packaging, inspired by the wisdom of ancient Chinese cosmetic recipes, Florasis crafts beauty products that nourish the skin and leave it with a radiant glow, selecting only the finest natural ingredients. Master craftsmanship inspired by Beijing opera and the ancient art of relief engraving. This face palette serves as artwork and a luxurious multi-dimension medium for your artistry. Infinite beauty and function, ultra smooth and designed for wet and dry applications, that this exquisite face palette excels with vibrant high pigment color and exceptionally even application. Nourished with nature, enriched with the king of flowers, peony seed oil extract, gently nourishes with natural antioxidant and skin clarifying benefits. I mean, who doesn't love a description like that, right? So it comes like this, and look at this packaging. It is so, so pretty. I have got quite a few of their fan style palettes like this. A few I've used a whole lot, and then there are some that I have not touched because, again, I don't want to ruin the embossing. So this one I've not used just yet because I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time with wanting to ruin how beautiful this looks. So the top magnetizes on like that. And then this is a baked jelly style formula, which typically Italy is the place where you see baked jelly, but I'm seeing more indie brands coming out of China with a baked jelly style formula. This is like that. I have got experience with the Florasis formula like this, and I love the looks that come out of it. They're really easy to use. There's a little bit more of an intricate factor with some of the shades. They're shiny shades like these kind right here. I've got the most beautiful sparkle, and like every look that I've done with a palette like this, I just absolutely love. So these two products right here are face products. They look, because I haven't swatched them yet, they appear to be a little bit too light for me to use as a blush and possibly a little bit too deep for a highlighter. So I'm probably, if I ever get down to using it, probably just going to incorporate it, kind of like blend out eye shades. And because I bought the more vibrant one with the same style of kind of embossing and stuff like that, I'm just going to leave this one pristine. Maybe I'll weaken. Maybe I'll just buy another one. I think you guys have heard me talk about like Florasis like that before, but I mean, let me tell you, it is just so pretty. So that is their Charming Aria Beijing Opera Makeup Palette. Please don't be super disappointed that I didn't swatch it out. I just can't do it yet. It's too fresh, okay? But again, with that packaging, it is so pretty. And a huge thank you to Florasis for sending me over that set. It's so nice. And then I got a PR package from Wet n Wild, and they sent me over their new Scooby-Doo collection. And I'm not quite sure if I've seen such cute PR packaging. Like, the collection came in the mystery van. How cute of packaging is this? Like, I'm gonna have a hard time throwing this away as well. It's a cardboard packaging, but it's like their little van. And then it says open here on the back because the products were inside. So there's the 3-piece glow-in-the-dark makeup brush set, Scooby Night. This is the packaging here. They glow in the dark, and these are very similar in quality to the brushes like the Sesame Street ones. They're a very lightweight kind of brush with a synthetic bristle that's very, very soft. I like to use brushes like this with a more pigmented formula because they're more airy, but they are smooth all the way to the end, or they also work really well with a loose product. But look at the little handle here. You've got Scooby on every single brush. I just love, I just love stuff like this. So back in the day, I would like cruise to all the places that I knew sold Wet n Wild to try to get their limited edition collections, you know, when they'd come in like their freestanding like little gondola thing for the stores. And like when I knew there was a collection out, I was on the hunt. And I would be so sad when I walk into CVS and it's like not there. It was a whole thing, okay? Me and Wet n Wild go way back. But anyway, this is the Scooby brush set right here. And this is what they look like. So there's a blush brush, kind of a powder brush, and then a circular eye brush, like a blending brush. That's what those guys look like. There's also this shimmer liquid eyeliner. The Old School Swag is what it says on there. Super cute, again, with the packaging. And then you've got Scooby on here. So this is like a really light lime green with silver sparkle in it. It's something that I think would look pretty layered over another type of shadow or something like that. So hopefully it'll show up decently here for you. Yeah, you can see it's a light lime green with a silver sparkle. Yeah, and so again, I'll use something like this to accent with. And that is, again, their Shimmer Liquid Liner. And then we've got the Lip Balm Stain. And this is in Pup Cakes, P-U-P cakes, Pup Cakes. And this, again, has got Scooby on it. And this is what the shade looks like. It's quite dark for something that I typically put on. That's the Pup Cakes Lip Balm Stain right there. And then there's this set of Glow Madness 3-piece UV Glow Face and Body Crayon sets. So this is what these guys look like. There are 3 crayons inside of here. And the green one and the pink one are pretty okay. And I haven't tried them under, what does it say, UV? Because I don't like have a UV light to try it with. But the yellow one leaves something to be desired. And you'll be able to see that when I swatch them out. So here's the green one. Right there, and that is the shade Evil Entity. And then I'll swatch the pink one in Flame. And there are like little ghosts on the packaging of this one. Or all of them actually have the little ghosts on there, but this one is, what do I say, Flame? It's like a magenta pink. So that's Flame. And then the last one is the yellow one. And this guy here, even when you try to blend it out, you just can't break apart the chunkiness of it. Or at least I couldn't. Maybe I just got a slightly dried out one, I'm not sure. But it's just not smooth. It's very, very chunky and patchy. So even if I try to blend it, it doesn't wanna, you can see right there, it doesn't wanna like blend smoothly, you know. So that's the dud out of the 3 that are in that guy. And again, I don't know if they're UV-ish, but let's kind of do a little bit of blending with the pink so you can see how smooth the pink and the green are. And they are quite creamy. They're not like super set down right away, so I think they'd make really fun eye bases, especially for like neon fluorescent kind of eyeshadows. And then you've got the Mystery Slime Lip Mask with Scooby on there as well, and this smells like green apple. And I do like the Wet n Wild lip masks. I think that they're quite nourishing. Yeah, it's like a sweetened, like a extra sweetened sour green apple smell, which is quite pleasing to me. That's what it looks like in there. Here's the packaging for the Mystery Slime Lip Mask. And then we've got the Puppy Power Cream Blush, 0.1 ounces in here. And this packaging is super cute as well. I was like, well, they've got Scooby, like, you know, on the packaging, but that's actually a sticker too. There was a little lip to peel it off. And I think you can then kind of use the top as a mirror. It's reflective like a mirror underneath there. But I wanted to keep the Scooby on the lid, so I just cut the little tab off of there and like pushed the sticker on really well. So it is a sticker. And then you've got the bones and paws all the way around. So this is one of those blush style products where you put the sponge in, your blush is in there, and then you tap it on. So this is interesting. This is like a lavender, a light lavender with a slight pink undertone to it. And something I find interesting with the whole collection, it's very sporadic, which I don't mind. Like there's not a lot of cohesiveness in terms of the shades that are in the whole collection, but I always find that looks come out interesting and fun when things come like that, if that makes any sense. So this color just doesn't like, you know, it doesn't seem like it would go, but let me, okay, I must have held that out too long. So I'll put it in there and kind of go like that. And we'll go like this. And then this is like a cream to matte formula. And you can see right there, it is quite light. I absolutely love the shade of this. I will use a brush when I use this because products like this, if I go to stamp it on my already set foundation, which is how I use blush, I put it on over set foundation. This sponge doing that would definitely lift up my foundation product. So I will use a brush when I use it. It leaves a little paw print inside of there. But let me swatch it with my fingers so you guys get a little bit better idea. Gosh, you know what? This would make such a beautiful lip color. I should try it as a lipstick. But that is the cream blush right there, and that is Talk to the Paw with Scooby right there. And then we've got the Stay Groovy Glow in the Dark Makeup Sponge, and this is what this looks like. unless I pick up another one, I'm probably going to leave it in here. It's a much larger sponge than the one that I used from Wet n Wild already. This is a wet sponge. I used this to put my foundation on a couple hours ago and it's still damp. So that's as big as it gets once it's wet. So you can see it in comparison to the one from the Scooby-Doo collection. So this wet has got to be quite large, which actually it might be good for like Halloween makeup to use a larger sponge because it covers more surface area, but I'm going to leave it pristine. This one doesn't have like the little half wedge point on it either, which I like to use for the inner corner. So I'm just going to leave it like this, which is what I like to do with cute sponges like this anyway. But it also says on here that it glows in the dark. So that is the Stay Groovy Glow in the Dark Makeup Sponge. And then there's the hand mirror and keychain set. And this has got a hand mirror and a keychain in it. Here is the mirror. I've left the little film on there. And then this is what this guy looks like. It's a like thicker kind of rubber coating that's on there, but super cute again. And then you have got the little Scooby-Doo keychain, which I'm actually going to put on the Scooby-Doo makeup bag, which is very, very cute. So this side here has got like a different type of a texture and it glows in the dark. And then the other side is that more like rubbery type of coating and it's see-through right here so you can see your products inside, but it's a nice size, substantial like makeup bag. Let me like open it up so you can see. It's going to fit quite a bit of product. So I was actually like, I think I'm going to use this when I go on my trip. Fine timing. And then I'm going to take the little keychain and put it on the zipper right here. Very cute makeup bag. And then lastly is the Scooby-Doo Where Are You Eye and Face Palette. And this is actually what I've got on my eyes today. It does say face palette on here. There are some shades you could probably use on your face, but I'm just going to use it as an eyeshadow palette. This shade right here would be probably pretty as a highlighter, but I do like something a little bit more shiny, sparkly, pigmented in that aspect. Again, very sporadic kind of shades. And so when I was using it, I'm like, let's just keep it like that. So I put like the green and kind of this golden color on the inner portion of the lid and underneath the brow. And then this black shade, I was really confused because I was trying to pick it up on a brush and I was having a hard time picking it up. But it's one of those like cream to powder kind of formulas. So those particular formulas are a little harder to pick up on a brush, but I don't mind it because it's a black. It eliminates a lot of fallout. So I did put that in the crease. I blended out with this kind of pink red, the orange, and then this yellow right here. And I think the look turned out really pretty. So let's go ahead and give you guys some swatches. It is a one and done for me, which is always nice. This is the only formula like that. That's like that creamy kind of formula, that black shade. And then this next row, did I show you guys the front of the palette? I think I did, didn't I? Super cute. Oh. And these guys. And then this bottom row. I could get away with this silvery type shade as a highlight too. This shade here is not picking up that well. And my finger is slightly stained from the red. So it'll be interesting if when I wash this off, if my eyelids are stained red as well. Something tells me that they're going to be. And then maybe that's why, oh, that's probably why they're calling it an eye and face palette. Let me see, does it say not safe for use on the eyes? Yes, it does. And that red one is one of them. So you got the brains, which is this orange, and then you've got possum, scoob, and fashionable. There's a little diamond on the back that says not for use around the eyes. So that's why they're calling it a face palette as well, which is a lot of brands do to kind of get around the not suitable for eye. Then they throw the face in there, you know. But I mean, I don't really have any issues other than typically shadows stain when brands do that. As long as it doesn't stain for like a week, I'm okay. But pretty nice little palette there from Wet n Wild in very, very cute packaging. Again, that is what I've got on my eyes today. And a massive thank you to Wet n Wild for sending this over. It is the cutest collection. Again, me and Wet n Wild, we go way back.